if you are watching this on YouTube, this series, I actually just recorded a Rimworld series in this sort of environment with a different setup. And it was during that I realized, I should do this instead. So here we are. Anyway, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and unforbid everything, which is going to be great. By the way, so Homeless Guy here, we tweaked things over here. Homeless Guy has 0 skills except for what was forced by his background. The medicine skill makes no difference for us, at least not for a very long time, because we're not going to have any friends. We're only going to have meals. So this basically means nothing. And the social and animals, well, there's no animals here. And again, we're going to sort of kill and eat everyone, so the social doesn't really matter either. But I did go and set maximum passion for everything, so it'll be really interesting to see him learn things as he goes. But yes, cannibal, so he doesn't mind eating people. Psychopath, he doesn't mind if people die, if we sell them off as prisoners to slaver ships or anything like that. So we've got a lot of options there, and sanguine, so he'll always be happy. 20-year-old homeless guy over here with no particular skills. I'm going to make sure to pick up the charge rifle over here, and then we're going to get started. Now, I do have the fishing mod in here, so we actually might be able to feed ourselves doing that. Is that a thing we start off with? Fishing pier. I think, unless we need cloth to make a fishing pole or something like that, I think that might be an interesting way to survive. But let's go ahead and lay out our base. So we need to make sure we've got all the requirements built, but as efficiently as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down the internals first and then try to like fit walls around it. Okay? So we are going to need a research lab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. And then, yeah, we got a warning because outside and bad temperatures mean bad production, but it's okay. It's going to be indoors soon. And I'm going to have a table to eat here. And then I'm going to put a stool between the two. So he can sit here and eat, but he can also sit here while doing research, so his comfort stays up, which is going to be good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of beds. I'm going to have one for myself. Once we build up all the walls and everything like that and get some construction experience, if we have enough materials left over, we might make a bed. But I want 2 sleeping spots there, and then we're going to have walls, right, that separate like this. Now, one of the interesting things in Rimworld is that this is an enclosed wall. The diagonal here counts as being sealed. Although it's funny, because your character can actually grab things through the diagonal. But otherwise, this would be indoors. So, for example, these are 2 enclosed bedrooms, which is quite neat. If you want to be really efficient with your design, one of the things you can do, I think I'll just build a whole wall here. One of the things you can do is actually build like a full base, like really kind of on these diagonals like this. And you use a lot less wood to build up everything. And so that's an option there as well. So we're going to have that. The next thing I need to do is we need, I want 3 things for production. I'm holding up this. 3 things for production. We are going to have a butcher's table, right? So we can butcher up people who come to visit us. We are going to build an electric stove, although we'll try to make sure to keep it off most of the time. And I also really want a tailoring bench. I'm going to do the hand tailoring one, so I don't have to like mess around with turning the power on and off. It's only half the speed of a regular one, although it also uses less materials. It doesn't use any steel or components. Hand tailoring one is just wood. So we're going to have that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reserve some space, just mentally. This is going to be a spot for a hydroponic here and here. And I think that's everything we're going to need early on. And then we can sort of seal this up like this. I can put a door here, and I can put another door here, so we get a bit of an airlock system to prevent too much temperature from leaking outside. But the neat thing about this is this will all be reachable. Everything over here, you can like walk through these little doors. It's going to be a little slower, but you can reach everything as compactly as possible. We're not going to do a campfire for heat because that would require us to keep burning wood. We are going to use an actual heater. And we're going to need power as well. I'm not sure where we're going to put everything on the outside of our base. I can tell you what I'm definitely going to do is have an orbital tree beacon outside here, like that. And then what I'm going to do is you can roof, as long as it's within 6 tiles, like 6 point something, but 6 tiles of a wall, you can have a roof. So we can have a roof overhanging over here. And as I found out, which I didn't know for a long time, shout out to, I think Rhino told me this, food doesn't need to be indoors to not spoil, or things that decay, including food, cloth, that sort of thing. Things that would decay normally don't actually have to be indoors. They just have to be under a roof. So, why don't you double walls to do... Yes, what we may double wall. I'm going to build this first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to see how much material, how much wood we've got left. I will leave an extra gap here so we can double wall over here. So we're going to look into that. If we double wall, less heat will leak out. I got like some hair popping up back here. Less heat will leak out, and we'll use less electricity for our heater. So I'm going to get this up first. And what I want to do is prioritize getting the walls going. In terms of our work schedule over here, I'm just going to leave everything turned on. Priorities are going to be left to right, which is going to be perfectly reasonable. So yeah, I'm actually going to encourage Omlis over here to focus on making sure the bedroom is set up first, no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But I think production. Anything else we'd need? Stonecutters we won't need. Art stuff, I don't think is relevant. We don't have the materials for it anyway. Crafting spot, we may or may not need, I don't know, but we can always just shove one inside. It, like, makes no difference. We do have a little bit of space left over as well. So I can put it down since it doesn't actually take any materials. I'm not going to floor this yet. I think this is going to be fine. So yes, go ahead and start working on the door. You should disable the fancy table and stool as it would waste wood. It's not doing it fancy. There's no quality requirement over here. The build quality is on, which means that if you had multiple people with construction, it would the build quality mod makes it so that only the person with the highest construction skill works on it by default. And in addition to that, you can force the minimum quality, but we have not enforced the minimum quality, so it's just going to do whatever. I'm going to try to get him to build all the walls first, because at low levels, you gain the first 2 points of your skill very quickly. I mean, especially with, like, you know, the passion. If you have no passion for something, you gain only 30% of the experience of an activity. With 1 dot of passion, you get 100% of it. With burning passion, you get an extra 50% on top. The burning passion's not actually that critical. It's just about going from no passion to passion that makes a huge, huge difference. So yeah, I'm going to try to get him to focus on the walls first. The Comms Council is going to go outside. Because it doesn't have to be... I want the production indoors, because it has to be indoors and a good temperature to work at maximum rate. The Comms Council doesn't need anything like that. These construction fails could go and really cause us some problems here. So I'm going to put it outside, covered by a roof, so that it doesn't go bad. Like, so that it doesn't go zot. Actually, I will go and cancel the table and the chair until we do everything else, because that'll ensure we get the maximum construction skill first. But yeah, do go and finish your bedroom. Is the most important thing. And this bit right over here. Construction failed. Awesome. There we go. So no matter what, we have an enclosed bedroom in case nighttime comes and he wants to go to bed. I guess I should go and change his restrictions to anything like that. How we doing? Oh, just forbid stuff you don't want to build yet. Oh, that's true. I could have done it that way too. Wow, chat lag is really big today. There's like a minute delay. I'm still seeing people talking about canceling this stuff out. That's really weird. Yeah, we'll have a lamp. For sure. The thing is, the lamp's going to be pretty good. It's when we get a sun lamp to get our hydroponics going that our power's going to go through the floor. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to turn off the power to the electric stove. Not that we have the electricity yet. But yeah, priority is just going to be get walls up. And then we'll do the rest. A horseshoe game? Yeah, you're right. We do need... probably as early as possible, I guess, right? It's going to take, what, 15 wood? Yeah. I got the mod that allows us to put shooting targets, which is a great way to raise fun and get skill. Unfortunately, it needs cloth for it, so we can't build it. I don't know if it needs to be actual cloth or if we can use leather. I don't know where I want the horseshoe game. I don't know, like off over here where it's not going to interfere with anything. Did I not tell you to equip the gun? I might have canceled your job, actually. It actually decayed 1% there. Why would you sleep in this bedroom? Why would... You idiot! Sleep in this bedroom. It's enclosed. He's going to get a slept outside debuff. God damn it. And a disturbed sleep debuff. I should have just not woken him up. You... I don't know if Omless is in the chat, but you are dumb. Dumb. The space between your two crafting tables... Oh, you're right! These two are back to back. So I don't need the space here. Ah, poop. And you can't move these tables. Well, I'm going to leave them there for now, because if you deconstruct, you're not going to get everything back. But you're right. I could have moved it here and been back to back. We'll see. All right. So what's our construction skill? 2? It did get to 2. I don't think it'll hit 3. Although, we need power and stuff, so maybe I'll do that before I set up the table after all. So, oh, construction failed. God, stop failing your constructions! My God. I guess failed construction occasionally leaves debris. Okay, we got that. I say create stockpile. Then what I'm going to do is say build roof area. It's not actually going to be able to build a roof out this far. It's just going to be 6 from that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm going to delete a zone to here. And then I'm going to build a new stockpile zone there. And this is going to be the one for all the perishable stuff that needs to be under a roof. Plant matter and wood. Items, apparels, not chunks, not corpses, although I don't think that was actually selected. This is going to be the preferred storage for that. So he's going to build a roof here. And it's going to cover this area here, which is where we're going to store the food. There you go. You can see it. So it'll be covered so it won't decay. And then, yeah. Haul the heck out of everything. Excellent. And you're right. If I put a wall here, maybe I should have just done that. I think I'd need a wall just on either side of this. I would have been able to roof this whole area, and then I wouldn't have to do the double stockpile, but it's going to be fine. Can components decay? Oh! They can decay. Oh! Alright, let's just turn on this whole category then. That's fine. So, butcher table. We're going to add a bill to butcher all creatures forever, and you are allowed to butcher human-like corpses. And over here, I'll set up the bills. It's not going to be on right now. That's okay. Yes, I know you don't have the skill for that. Do until you have. Actually, fine meals will be forever once we gain the ability to do it. And we'll try to keep... actually, there's not very many people here. We'll try to keep 35 simple meals. And we'll do the pause and restart with a threshold of like 10 or something like that. And I think I need to enable all meat. Oh, it doesn't do insect meat by default. That's interesting. I will go and re-enable everything, though, for both. I don't think the insects will come up since we don't have a mountain to dig in. And we definitely want to be able to cook up some humans. So, we need the tailoring bench because we're going to need warm clothes. But also, one of the ways I'm going to try to turn a profit is by selling, like, human leather skin clothing to passing traders. Alright, so he's going to sleep there. We're going to need to set up power in a second. How much wood do we have left? 58 wood. Yeah, so I'm not double walling because I'm not using my precious steel to double wall. So let's set up some power. I think what I'm going to do is set things up over here. It's a little further. We'll have to build power conduit, but I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to set that up there. I don't know if I'll pair it with a solar panel, or if maybe I'll just build 2 wind turbines. I'm not sure. And then get a battery, say, over here. This will also have to be roofed. I should just, like, roof everything around my base, but... do that. Still need to get the table, but... into there, and I suspect that might not reach the cooking table. Oh, I have to run a power conduit to down here anyway, so I'll do something like this and like that. I think that should reach to everything. And we'll see how that goes. And a light. Just a standing lamp indoors. Say right there. And you know what? Just to pretty the place up a bit. I don't know if it's going to be important for moodlet. I'm going to use 15 wood to make a potted plant in there. Just deal with it. And yes, we will be shooting at the sleep spot to increase our shooting skills. So, you can tell your person with a gun to shoot at anything. And it is actually a decent way to gain some shooting skills. But usually you end up destroying it. So if you create something like a sleeping spot, I believe the marriage spot and party spot would also work, but I'm not sure. But the sleeping spot, definitely. You can tell your character to shoot this, and then he'll never, like, break anything. So it's just, you know, looking at a spot on the ground and trying to hit it. So it's a good way to train up some amount of gunnery skills. Let's set up a research project. First thing we're going to want to research is hydroponics. Boop. So we can make money selling human leather stuff, potentially. We can also make money by selling drugs, will be one of the things. Although, you know, first we need food. Hey, we've got a visitor! Now, let's look at the world map for a second here. This is us. Whoop. Way over here. Way over here. This is us. Our colony. We do have some neighbors over here. Gaieties River. They're from the Pan-Global Federation of Rihizba. We've got another faction over here. Tearsbaron, which more Tearsbaron over here. We've got a faction of primitives here and here that are both the Croix-d'Urbray of the valley. And then we've got some pirates over here. So, we may or may not want to keep some friends early on. I don't know. It's only a single person. We could kill them. Where the hell are they? Up there. Orange. Are they armed? They have a wooden club. Oh, no, they also have a bow. The world's not flat. It's just, by default, you only generate 30% of the world. You can generate all the way to 100% of the world if you want, but it's not usually required. So, by only generating 30% of it, it's just faster to generate in a few different things. So we're going to start here, and eventually we're going to try to work our way south out of the frosty, frosty cold. How tasty. Eat them. Eat the invader. So I guess part of it is I don't actually have any shooting skill yet. So it might be hard for us to win this battle. Although, you know what? I can probably kill him before he clubs me, right? Actually, I don't know if the battery is covered. My cover doesn't really matter here. He's going to be melee. Oh, where are you going? Let's see if this works. Alright, well, we've upset people. Did we shoot him in the leg? Because that'll make it a lot easier for us to catch him. Oh, his moving's weakened. Excellent. So we should be able to keep shooting. Let's try to get as close as possible here. Yay! Victory! Woo! Let's strip him down. So this is going to be some dead man's clothing. One of the things I'm curious about is, does a psychopath make it so you don't get bothered by wearing dead man's clothing? Because that would be handy. Unforbid selection. Excellent. And, what are you doing right now? You are going to rest. I would like you to prioritize butchering, actually. Human meat, human leather. Bad will. They're now hostile to us. That's okay. They can come and attack us, and we'll just eat them too. Dum 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 doo 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 doo. 68 meat. Okay, so that's 3 simple meals, almost 7 simple meals out of 1 person. That'll do. You're still gonna be quite cold in here. We don't actually have the heater yet, so that's gonna be one more little bad moodlet. Let's go and just stick that there. Oh, now that we've got this, let's go and set up the comms console right there. Excellent. What difficulty is this? Extreme difficulty. Undress the corpse. You know what? I could butcher the fully dressed corpse, couldn't I? And it would just drop all the clothes. I think that's true. So that's what should happen. I should just butcher the corpse while fully dressed. I think I'd get everything. So that'll save a lot of walking. Okay. Lesson learned for next time. Alright, heater's up. And what I'm going to do is finally go ahead and say, go ahead and build me a short table there and the stool there. Hopefully we'll get normal quality. There's a good chance we won't, but that's it. Oh, there's a SpaceX launch in a few minutes. Neat. Did he just eat the raw meat? There's cooked meals right here! Is, like, survival meals set to, like, the lowest possible priority because they're so important? Tell you what, here, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize cooking, buddy. What? Oh, and the stove is off. That's true, too. But, yeah, the survival meals are just considered to be really, really low. Let's prioritize cooking, then, so that he's got something other than a survival meal to make. Please don't develop any sort of weird prion disease from eating. Well, as long as you don't eat the brain, I guess. That is so not good for you, and not as nutritious. Therefore, you've just wasted some of the meat, Mr. Homeless guy. Grr. That raw cannibalism moodlet? Well, I mean, it's... Oh my god. Oh my god! And it lasts longer. Oh shit, we should never cook a meal. Well, you'll still get more nutrition from a cooked meal. Probably. Actually, I don't know if that's true with a simple meal. Yeah, because it needs 0.5 nutrition worth of food, and it creates a meal that is worth 0.85. So you do get slightly more nutrition from cooking it. And we don't really need the moodlet right now. Okay, if he's in a bad mood, we'll let him eat raw meat. But otherwise, we want him to cook it. So that he can, first of all, like, developing some cooking skill will actually be handy. Huh. Well, like 85% more. Yeah, you're right. I was looking at, like, absolute numbers, but you're right. It's significantly more nutritious to eat it cooked. And food is going to be something that's kind of hard to come by. Human leather, yay. So we are going to have to be careful about that. How's your overall mood? Very good right now. Raw cannibalism. Go cook cannibalism! Oh, well, shit. Okay, no, just straight up better then, because... Well, okay, the fact that raw cannibalism lasts longer than the 8 raw meat debuff means that maybe the raw is still better, because overall you're going to spend most of your time with a plus 20, as opposed to, it was minus 7, right? So plus 13. But cook still gives you plus 15, and you get more food. Okay, so it's a no-brainer. We are going to cook the human meat whenever we can. But we will not strip the bodies first next time, because that was the suck.